I've put the playlist into the chat in case you want to follow it. No need to at all, but something you might be interested in doing or putting your own music to. If you want to find it, it's under Spotify with username Ofebofe, playlist CV Power 8 Enough. And we'll just get started in like a minute or two. I'm Liz, by the way, if we haven't met before. And this is Rolly, my cat, who likes to join. And usually this class is a physical class, but today we have teacher training. So that's why we're via Zoom. So thank you for joining. Glad to have you. Yeah. All right, so let's get started. Um, let's make our ways onto the mat and come into a child's pose. So taking your toes towards the back of the mat, bringing them together, knees wide. Start walking your torso forward, reaching your chest towards the ground, maybe your chin, your forehead. And if it's difficult for your head to reach the ground, you can always stack your fists. So stack your fists, bringing the floor up to your head. And wherever you've landed together, let's take a deep breath in through our nose. Exhale it out our mouths. Land. Land on your mat. Bring to your awareness what it feels like to press your palms into the mat, to push your seat towards your heels, to let go of your jaw, let go of tension in your eyebrows. And to bring a sense of space. So using your breath in and out through your nose. To build space for yourself to consider where it is exactly that your attention is going and whether that serves you right now. So a few more breaths here. Two more. One more. Fill up. Let go. and start coming up on all fours. So stacking your hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists for a tabletop pose. And if you're following the music, then you can go ahead and press play now. Take a deep breath in to drop your belly. Stay here. Try not to go too quick yet. Really come into the pose, pressing your palms into the mat, taking your shoulder blades back and down, gazing up to the ceiling. Exhale. Take your spine and curl it towards your ceiling. Pressing just as much into the mat, but this time to take your shoulder blades apart as you gaze towards your belly button. Drop your belly for cow pose, gaze up. Exhale, empty out. Take your belly button in towards your spine as you curl towards the ceiling. 2 more. Inhale, fill up, gaze up. Maybe bring some new movements into the pose. Exhale to cat. 1 more. Inhale, shoulder blades roll back and down, gaze up. Exhale, let everything go. Roll your spine up. And come back into a neutral tabletop pose. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees up. Pause. Your knees are maybe just about an inch off the floor. Gaze in between your palms. Take your shoulder blades. Roll them out towards the sides of the room. Stay here for 3. For 2. 1 last breath in, stay. Exhale, take your hips high, straighten out your legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels off the mat. Exhale, take your heels towards the mat. 1 more like that. Fill up, lift your heels up, come onto your toes. Exhale, let your heels go towards the mat. Come into your body. Now ask yourself what it is you need here to feel good. So instead of getting caught in habit, what you normally do or what you think is expected of you, really come into curiosity. Make that space to question whether you're reacting or responding here. Maybe lifting one leg and then the other. 2 more breaths. One last fill up. Exhale. Roll your spine forward. Come into a high plank pose. And exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Uncurl your toes, let the tops of your feet rest. Inhale, keeping your hands next to your ribs. Just peel up your chest. Cobra pose. You're gazing in front of your mat instead of gazing forward. So want a long neck here. Exhale, let go. Inhale, cobra number 2, peel up, and this time, take your hands up. Inhale, see if you can come up a little bit higher. Exhale, let go. Curl your toes under. Press your palms next to your ribs. Inhale up to a high plank pose and hold. Gaze between your palms. You're pressing your ankles towards the back of the room. your heels towards the back of the room and strengthening, lengthening the crown of your head forward. Use your inner thighs, roll your inner thighs up towards the ceiling, fire up your core. Stay here for one more breath in. Exhale, drop just your right forearm. And now drop your left forearm. You're in a forearm plank pose. Inhale. Exhale. Listen carefully. Uncurl your toes so you're on the tops of your feet. It might feel a little awkward at first. Just take a deep breath in. On the exhale, start lowering your knees to the mat, lowering your thighs, your pelvis, your belly, and come up and through with your chest for Sphinx pose. Gazing forward, rather in front of your mat for a long neck. Press isometrically your forearms into the mat and towards you. So instead of dumping down, purposely roll your shoulders back, look forward in front of your mat, and press your elbows towards you and your forearms down into the ground. Breath in. On the exhale, start bringing your chin towards your chest. Start lifting your chest, lifting your belly, lifting your pelvis, lift your thighs, and now you're back up in that forearm plank, but with the tops of your feet down. Stay here for 3. Use your breath. As the fire starts to rise in your body, it's okay if you're shaking. One more breath in. Exhale, uncurl your toes, you're back in forearm plank. Press your right palm down, left palm down, high plank. Shift your shoulders past your wrists, come all the way down to the mat. Uncurl your toes, come into a T here. So you're extending both arms out like a letter T. And now make sure your right wrist and elbow and shoulder are in line. You're gonna roll over your right shoulder just for a few breaths here. We're still warming up, so I'm not trying to go too deep. If you wanna go deeper and take up both knees, you're more than welcome to. Two more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Lay both arms out to a T. And now this time check in that your left shoulder, elbow, and left wrist are in line. Roll over your left. Again, just being careful, not going too fast here. Big breath in. Exhale out, 2 more. Last breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Bring your palms next to your rib cage, curl your toes under, come up to a high plank pose. Hips high, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let it go. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Take a halfway lift. Come out of your waist, extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Slight bend to your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up on the inhale, gaze up. Exhale, come all the way through. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Step your feet back, come to high plank. Shift your shoulders past your wrists. Exhale to low plank, 90-degree bend in your elbows. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Just 2 breaths here. Ground your heels, press into the mat so your chest comes closer towards your thighs. One more breath in. Exhale, look forward, step or jump there. Halfway lift, fold, rise and reach up. Exhale, let go. Halfway lengthen, step back from high plank to low. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Just one deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bend your knees, look forward, go forward. Halfway lift, speeding it up a little more, fold. Rise and reach. Exhale low. Halfway lengthen, shoot it back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, bent knees, look forward, go forward. Halfway lift, fold. Rise and reach. Exhale low. Halfway lengthen, shoot it back, flow through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out, feet forward. Halfway lift, fold. Ground to rise and reach. Exhale low. Halfway lengthen, shoot it back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog, skip the breath, feet to hands. 3 more sun A's. Halfway lift, fold. Rise, lengthen, exhale. Inhale, shoot it back, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog, feet forward. These next 2, take them at your pace. Follow each movement with 1 breath. Question again, if you're coming into habit, taking on the pose like you usually do, and if that's what you want. Keep in what you want, take out what you don't want. And on your last Sunday, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come back into your body. Trail away from any thoughts that might be rising. Take a deep breath in. Lift your heels up. Exhale, take your heels down. 1 more like that. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Bend your knees, look forward, go there. Halfway lift and fold. Rise up to chair pose. Immediately, belly button to spine. So take your pelvic floor and bring it forward. Reach your arms up. Lengthen your arms, bring energy even into your fingers. And now take your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper. 2 more like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, shoot it back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, hips high, downward facing dog. Right away, right foot forward, come into crescent lunge. Your back heel is lifted. So back heel over your back toes. Inhale, reach up. And now exhale, take your hands behind you into any reversed arm position. So for instance, you could take reverse namaste or grab opposite elbows or even just fist bump. Take your reverse hand position and now inhale, come out of your waist. Exhale, reach back over those hands for 3. Open up your chest towards the ceiling. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, rise back up to crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. Exhale, your left hand comes down, open into an easy twist here. Come out of your left shoulder blade, taking your left shoulder back and down behind you to puff up your chest. Inhale, rise back up to a crescent lunge. Drop your back foot. You're in warrior one pose. Your back foot now is more at a 45-degree angle. Push so much into the sole of your back foot that you may square off your torso towards the front of the room. Arms up, look up, bring your palms together. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Hands come to your mat, flow through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right away, left foot forward, come to crescent lunge. Back heel over your back toes. Inhale, lengthen. Hands behind your back. Take that reverse position, maybe a different one this time. Inhale, come out of your waist. Exhale, take a back bend over those hands for 3, 2. Last one, stay and go back. Exhale, rise back up to a neutral crescent lunge. Right arm comes down, easy twist here. Take your right shoulder blade back, roll it down your spine, puff your chest up towards the left side of the room. One more breath. Exhale, rise back up to crescent lunge. Drop your back foot, warrior one. And actually, you may either want to take your feet out if you prefer like a wider stance for your hips. Fire up your quad. Press so much into your back right foot that maybe you center your torso forward. Reach up. Bring your gaze up, hands together. Big breath in, lengthen through your fingers. Hands to your mat, flow through the vinyasa. Chest comes through, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, let it go. 2 more, inhale, fill up. Exhale out. Last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, go forward. Halfway lift, fold. Come to chair pose for 1 breath. Exhale, fold. Halfway lengthen, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Right foot forward, warrior one. Ground to rise and reach. Hands to your mat, flow through. Up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Step forward, rise up. Hands to your mat, flow through your vinyasa. Up dog, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, go forward. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, inhale, exhale, fold. Halfway lengthen, shoot it back, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Right side, warrior one, rise and reach. Hands to your mat, flow through. Up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Inhale, hands to your mat and flow. Listen carefully. We're gonna bring our right foot forward again for warrior one. Rise and reach. Exhale, open to warrior two. Find rest here. Aid yourself in that by bringing your gaze to your front middle finger immediately. Come to your breath. Lengthening your inhales, letting go in your exhales. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale into extended side angle. Any and all variations here, you can leave your right elbow on top of your right knee and reach your top arm up or over your head. And same top arm variation exists if you're bringing your right hand down inside of your right foot or maybe on top of a stack of books, a water bottle, a block. You can bind, you can fly. Wherever you are, we're here for 4 more breaths. Try not to dump into your right hand or right shoulder. So take that right shoulder, roll it back, puff your chest towards the left side of the room. One more deep breath in. Exhale, rise up to warrior 2. Lift your palm, reverse your warrior, straighten your front leg. Triangle pose, reach, reach, reach towards the front of the room until you drop your right hand down. Your right hand might touch the floor, maybe your shin. Maybe you don't let your right hand touch at all so that you stay a little lifted. So whether your right hand is lifted or holding something, try to feel like you're being held up by the ceiling by a bungee cord. So instead of dumping down, you're using your core to keep you lifted. Gaze up towards your lifted hand. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, take your hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right away, left foot comes forward to warrior 1. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper in your left knee. Take your left knee out towards your left pinky toe. Gaze towards your front middle finger. Come to your breath. Make that space to come out of reacting. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale into extended side angle. Could look like it did on the other side or not. So any variation here. Try to roll your left shoulder blade back and down instead of dumping in. Top arm can reach up or towards the front. Bringing your gaze just towards your lifted arm. We're here for 4 more breaths. Two more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, same bend in your front knee. Come up to warrior 2. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg. That feels good. Exhale, triangle pose. If your left hand does reach the ground, you can also play with walking your left hand back and coming into a slight back bend. Here for 3 more breaths. Try to come out from the ground, so using your core to keep you lifted. One more big breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let it go. One more just like that. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go. Bring your toes together at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee. Open up your hip and hold. So as you open up your hip, bringing your top knee towards the ceiling, opening your hips towards the right side of the room, check in with your shoulders. Bring weight into both hands so that your right shoulder blade comes down in line with your left. Stay here or flip your dog. Taking your hips up towards the ceiling, reaching your top arm towards the front of the room. Press both of your soles down to lift your hips up a little bit higher. Full wheel is, of course, on offer as well. One more big breath in. Exhale, come all the way through to crescent lunge. So your right foot steps forward. Back heel is over your back toes. Come up. Inhale, lengthen towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your shoulders away from your ears. And now, coming out of your waist, hinge forward. So hinge forward so that your torso is hovering on top of your right thigh, and reach your arms towards the front of the room and just hold here. Use your breath to keep you centered. One more breath in. Exhale, bring all the weight into your right foot. Come up into warrior three. One breath here. Exhale, take your arms back, open up into airplane. So kind of like an upward facing dog, chest here, slightly lifted. Arms back. One breath in. On the exhale, slight bend to your standing leg. Come back into crescent lunge. Reach up. Hands down into lizard lunge pose. So both hands inside of your right foot. Keep your back leg lifted if you can. And just kind of hover back and forth. Now heel toe your foot, your right foot, off of the mat. And peel your foot open as if you're trying to read underneath your right foot. You can use your right hand to help you peel open more if you want. A nice little opening for your hips. Drop your hips as much as you can. Feel free at this point to drop your back knee if that feels good. Just 2 more breaths here. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your back knee if you did. Bring it down. Heel toe your foot back in line with your right hip. Take your hands back down into lizard lunge. And now your right foot is going to come back behind you and your right ankle stacks over your left. So you're in a high plank with stacked ankles. Inhale here. Exhale, take a push-up, low plank. Inhale, back up. Bring your right knee into your chest. We're going to start mountain climbing here a few times, okay? So left comes forward, right comes forward, left comes forward, right comes forward. Good. Just 2 more, right and left, and pause here. Inhale, left leg comes up into 3-legged dog. Bend your knee and hold. Lift your knee up as you open up your hips toward the left side of the room. Stay here or flip your dog. Press the soles of your feet down as you lift your hips higher. Take your gaze behind you or even towards the ground, maybe opening up for full wheel on this side. One more big breath in. Exhale, unflip and come all the way back through to a left side crescent lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit deeper. Hinge out of your waist. Bring your chest over your left thigh this time. Reach your arms out. Stay in the work. Using your breath as a tool to keep you in it. One more breath here. Exhale all the way to your left foot. Come up to warrior three pose. Big breath in. Let it go. Arms come back into airplane pose for one inhale. Exhale, slight bend to your standing knee. Come back into your crescent lunge. Reach up. Hands come down inside your left foot this time for lizard lunge on the left. Come up. Swing back. Swing up. Swing back. Come to your breath. Lengthen your inhales. Exhale it out. Heel toe your left foot out. Open up your left foot. You can use your left hand if you want. You can drop your knee, your right knee if you want. Try to really drop your hips forward here. Open up as much as you can for just 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, both hands down, lift your back knee if you had dropped it. Heel toe your left foot back in line with your left hip and pause. Big breath in. Exhale, take your left ankle back and stack it over your right ankle. You're in that high plank again. Exhale to low, inhale to high. This time just one more. Exhale to low. Inhale to high. Take your left knee into your chest. And this time just take your left leg back into three-legged dog. Drop your left leg. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. One more inhale. Exhale, let go. Bend your knees, look forward, go forward. Take a halfway lift, fold, chair pose. I'm gonna look at you guys this time. Rest is coming, I promise, so just stick in it with me. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist to the right. So left elbow outside of right knee. You can stay with your prayer hands or open up your wings. If you are in prayer hands, push your top hand down so much that it helps you level out and center your prayer in the middle of your chest. Big breath in to lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Last inhale. Let go, twist, come into chair pose. Hands to heart center, twist to the left. Right elbow outside of left knee. Come to prayer hands or extend your arms for 3 deep breaths. Every inhale, lengthen the crown of your head forward. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, eyes towards the ceiling. 1 more like that. Exhale, twist, come back to chair pose, hold. Let go. Fold over your legs. Take a halfway lift. Heel toe your feet apart. Take your peace fingers to your big toes. Exhale, let go. Shake your head here. See if you let go of your neck. I want you to feel that gravity is winning here. Let your torso just melt towards the ground. But now keep active in your toes with your fingers. So use your fingers to press into your big toe and bend your elbows, bringing your chest closer towards your thighs. One more breath like this. Exhale, come into gorilla pose so your palms come under your feet. Halfway lift here just to come out of our waist one more time. Exhale, fold, let go of your head, shake it. And in rest is also a great time to check in again. See if your mind has wandered into the to-do list of today. And take a big breath in to make space for you to decide whether you want to be thinking about that to-do list right now or just be here in your gorilla pose. One more big breath in. Exhale, let go. Take your palms out from underneath you. Heel toe your feet together. You're at the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Let go. With a slight bend to your knees, start rolling all the way up to standing. Arms come up towards the ceiling, gaze up. Hands at heart center. Dancer pose, so bend your right knee. Use your right hand to reach for the inside of your right foot. And just hold here a second. Make sure you have this stance. Inhale now. Reach your left arm forward as you reach your right foot back and push your right foot so much into your right hand that you get a stretch all along your right arm. One more in breath. Without touching the ground, let go. Come into eagle pose. Right leg over left. Right arm under left. Line up your elbows with your shoulders. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Listen carefully. Start to undo just your right leg. So bringing your right knee up towards your elbows. Now let go of your eagle arms and use your left hand to reach for the outside of your right foot. If your extended leg is not in your practice today, then keep your knee bent and reach for the outside of your right knee. You can gaze towards the front of the room for balance or start challenging yourself, bringing your gaze towards the back of the room. One more breath in. Let go. Come back to center, whether your knee is bent or not. And now everyone extend your knee forward. We're going to kick up for 5. Use it from your abs. 3, 2, last 1. Kick your right leg back. Bring your left arm down. You're in a revolved half moon pose. You can bend your back knee and reach for the inside of your right foot. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, let go. Bring both hands down, bring both legs down. Halfway lift. Fold. Slight bend to your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, gaze up. Hands at heart center. Dancer on the left side. So bend your left knee this time. Reach your left hand and grab the inside of your left foot. Now extend, open. Reach your right arm forward. Kick your left foot back into your left hand. Kick it so much you're stretching out your left arm. Exhale, let go and come straight away into eagle pose. So wrap your left leg over your right, left arm under right. If your bottom leg is not hooked, no problem. Keep your left foot flexed. Elbows in line with your shoulders. Shoulders lift up in line with your hips. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go. Start undoing your left leg. Bringing your left knee up towards your elbows. Undo your eagle arms. Use your right hand this time to reach for the outside of your left foot and extend for a twisting extended leg raise, or you can keep your knee bent. Challenge yourself, bringing your gaze towards the back where your back thumb is lifted. 2 more breaths. Last breath in here. Exhale back to center in the front of your mat. Let go of your lifted leg. Leave it up. We're kicking up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Take it all the way back. Left arm comes down. Twisting half move. Oh, I did that wrong on the other side then. Oops. It happens. Try to stay lifted. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Bring your lifted leg down to meet your right foot. Right hand comes down. Take a halfway lift. And this time, hands press into the mat. Step your feet back. You're in a high plank pose and hold. Hold here in your high plank. Rotate your inner thighs towards the ceiling. Press your heels back. Crown of the head forward. Use your breath to stay here, even if it starts to get a little uncomfortable. 2 more. Last breath in. Exhale, shift your shoulders past your wrists. Come to a low plank and hold for just 1 breath. Let it go. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Choose to jump or step through to land on your back and set up for a bridge or wheel pose. We're coming into 1. 1 bridge or wheel pose. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale and rise up. You're in bridge or wheel for 10 breaths. Whether bridge or wheel, make sure you're pushing into the soles of your feet to lift your hips up a little bit higher. Checking that all your toes are pointing forward, so you might need to kind of heel your toes towards the front of the room. 5 more breaths. Shoulder blades back and down, pushing your chest either up for bridge or towards the back for wheel. One more big breath in. Chin to your chest, slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to the mat. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together, your knees apart. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Big breath in, fill up. Exhale, let go. Come to your breath, to the rising and falling of your body. Let go of your jaw. Let go of tension in your eyebrows, tension in your shoulders. Let go of extra tension in your hips and your pelvis. Bring your knees into your chest and start rolling up and down the length of your mat, choosing to either meet in a downward facing dog or to run through one more vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward for half pigeon. Your right shin wants to. The intention is to be parallel with the front of your mat, but in no way do we need to be there yet. Take your right knee so it's further out towards the right, and now check in with your back foot that it's in line with your left hip. Press into the mat, lift your torso long. Inhale, exhale, start walking your torso forward. Melting your chest towards your mat. You can once again stack your fists here to bring your head down if you need to lift the floor for yourself. And if either of your hips are very lifted here, you can also grab a shirt or towel if you're at home and roll that up to put underneath your hip, underneath your right hip. Or of course, you can always take on a figure four pose on your back. Big breath in, fill up. Exhale, let go and fall deeper towards the mat and floor. Use your breaths here to make that space. That space to help you recognize where your awareness is and to choose whether that is where you want it to be. On every inhale, try to lengthen out of your waist, lengthen your spine. Exhale, try to land deeper down, opening up more. We have 5 more deep breaths here. 4, 3 more. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, start to walk your torso up And just bend your back knee. We're going for the hamstring, the quad stretch. So bend your back knee and use your left hand to grab your back foot, the inside of your back foot. Bending your knee, bringing your foot closer towards your body. You can play with bringing your foot into the crease of your left elbow as well. Trying and tending to square off your shoulders towards the front of the room. 3 more deep breaths. 2. Last breath in. Let it go. Let go of your bent knee and either swing your back leg forward for half pigeon on the left side or go through a down dog if you prefer. Opening up your hips here. And then everybody meets in a left side half pigeon. Left shin reaching towards the front of your mat. Flex your left foot. Bring your left knee out towards the left. And now check in that your right foot is in line with your right hip. Push into the mat. Big breath in to lengthen. Exhale. Melt towards the mat. I find, especially in these poses where I'm starting to slow down, that instead of kind of embracing and inviting the rest, I go into active mode in my mind and I start thinking about everything I have to do. When I purposely catch myself and say, no, I'm gonna breathe here. It's not that I'm saying that those things, the to-do list isn't important. I'm just reminding myself that I can practice my power of choice and what I bring my attention to, because actually right now, the rest is really nice. So I invite you to do the same. To take in big breaths here, in and out, to help you refocus where your attention is going and just practice choice. Do I want my attention here or not? Because when you do, you open up space for that. Space for you to decide on how to respond versus fall into habit and react. We have 5 more breaths here. Three more. Last big inhale, fill up. Let it go. Start to lift your chest up, press your hands down. Come up with a lifted torso so that you can bend your back knee and reach your right hand for the inside of your right foot. That quad stretch, maybe playing with bringing your right foot into the crease of your right elbow. Trying to bring your right shoulder in line with your left towards the front. 3 more breaths. One more big breath in. Exhale, let go. Just swing your back foot forward this time. Extend both legs towards the front of your mat long. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinging out of your waist. Come over your thighs and your shin for a hamstring stretch. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fall again. Just one more breath here. Let go. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up to that neutral spine, seated. Reach your arms forward and now lower all the way down to the ground. Take these last 30 seconds to move in any way you'd like before we close off today's practice. Maybe a waterfall or a supine twist. Headstand, shoulder stand. And now wherever you are, bring both knees into your chest. Hug your knees, lift your shoulders off from the ground. Take your head towards your knees. Big breath in. Exhale, let go. Coming into your final resting pose. Let your feet splay out. Open your palms towards the ceiling. Big breath in together. Let it out of your mouth. Shavasana. Take rest now. Start to bring slight movements to your fingers and your toes. Maybe wriggling out your wrists and your fingers. Inhale and take your arms over you for a long stretch. Reach your toes towards the front of your mat. Your arms towards the back of your mat. Knees into your chest. Roll to either side for a fetal position. And now press into the ground, coming up to a seated position. Hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Hands to forehead center. The light in me sees and recognizes and acknowledges the light in you. Together we will close our practice with the word Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.